Good afternoon, I am Adventure Argonaut. This is Kamikaze Lassplanes. It's a shoot 'em up slash visual novel, and actually, based on yesterday's stream, it's more visual novel than a shoot 'em up. But I think it's probably gonna escalate, like the war or whatever. Like there's gonna be a war, and somebody's gonna attack or something like that. That's I'm pretty sure something like that's gonna happen, even though I don't know the story or anything. But yeah, I think my streams look fine. So let's get to the game. I just have a chat window here, and also I think this is probably gonna be my last day of being a pay pig, premium pay pig on Twitter. So my last stream on Twitter slash X, because it's gonna run out, and good riddance, I guess. Not pleased with my experience with Twitter Premium. It was, on sale during December, and then I got it for a couple of months. Not worth it. Anyways, let's play the game. The sounds of people rattling around in the quarters wake me up from a shallow sleep, so it should be morning. I don't mind, I don't usually sleep late in the barracks. While the base is coming to life in the morning sun, I jump from under the quilt to my feet. I didn't sleep much, but I feel well rested like never before. I energetically prepare to leave and take new orders. HQ told us about the mission they have for us today, and I can't focus on anything else. It will be our first real mission, not training or simulation. Okay, finally. I'm both excited and anxious. I suspect she feels the same. But as I wander around the base waiting for Alba, my enthusiasm slowly wanes. Nervousness takes its place. Time flies by, minute after minute, but she's nowhere to be seen. Oh my god, she's been assassinated by hamsters. Did she get sick from the amount of food she inhaled last night? Inhaled is the good word for it. The more I think about it, the more I suspect it's a likely scenario. I hesitantly go to her quarters to knock, waiting for an answer. Silence. She couldn't have taken off without me, could she? Alarmed and impatient, I bang on the door one last time, and I heard a scream from behind it. When it finally opens, I see the entire quarters in shambles. Her bed is a mess, an eyesore in a military base. Nightgown lies on the floor, partially covered by a travel bag. Alba is frantically putting her shoes on, her hair is tousled, eyes still sleepy. I can't believe she overslept. She mutters apologies, nods as a greeting, and runs out, probably to the canteen. Her unfastened shoe buckle clanks loudly. I'm left behind in the middle of this battlefield, too stunned to speak. I was convinced my anxiety was nothing compared to hers. Instead, Tross was sleeping like a baby, and it's already 10 o'clock. In a way, I'm impressed by that, but I also wonder if she would sleep through the war if nobody woke her up on time. Following her, I return to the canteen. She's running rampant at the counter, so I look for a seat. When I sit down, I realize the staff behind the counter looks different. But when I study the clouds of steam and the chef's hat sticking out from it, maybe my eyes are just tired. It's still like, we see supposedly staff, but they didn't make any kinds of figures, not even like silhouettes or something. I wonder if there's gonna be any other characters, except, well, we are not even a character, we don't have, we're just eyes. But like, there's Albatross, and I think there's gonna be another last plane girl. So is there gonna be only two characters we can actually see in this game? Probably some bad guy will at least have some sort of character, right? Like the boss of the bad guys and the king, maybe they're the same person, maybe not. So anyway, when I study the clouds of steam and chef's hat sticking out from it, maybe my eyes are just tired. Strong coffee first, anomalies later. It can wait. I'm sipping the bitter drink out of habit, watching the clouds move lazily in the sky. Waiting for Alba, I'm enjoying the morning. It's cold like all mornings in Sky Fortress, but I like it. Even though the weather is awful today, a thick layer of clouds covers the grey sky. Finishing my cup slowly, I notice kitchen help returning to the counter, bustling around. Didn't know the quartermaster hired someone new, but something is wrong. Is a drone? A new employee gleams in the sun. What the? A drone, an actual drone emerges from the cloud of steam, flying and taking care of the plates. I blink. Then again, am I dreaming? Am I seeing things? Or losing my mind? Before I take a closer look, Alba enters my line of sight. Her hair is neatly combed, all buckles fastened, as if this morning didn't happen. Well fed and satisfied, she greets me with a smile. Still smiling, she takes my cup of coffee for herself. Thank you. I watch her face fall after the first sip. The quartermaster shows no mercy to the soldiers when it comes to coffee. Appalled, she hands me back my cup. So, the coffee is bad. Well, I guess that makes sense. But is it gonna be an indirect kiss if we drink from it? I'm sorry, but it's disgusting. And I'm sorry for being late. I'm amazed you managed to sleep in. Did you see the new kitchen helper behind the counter? The one with the hat? What? Helper? Oh, you mean my friend. Your friend? I look at her expectantly, but she smiles innocently. If she didn't avoid my gaze, I would believe it. Alba, you gotta tell me. Well, remember the old drones we took out yesterday? You know, these old things that have no use for the kingdom anymore. Yeah? Well, I couldn't sleep yesterday, so I went for a walk around Sky Fortress. Surely not because you ate too much. I enjoy my life, so I don't say it out aloud. I found a few of them around the base, and wouldn't you know, some of them are still in pretty good condition. I don't like it where you're going with this. Shh. I found one that was working just fine, and the poor thing was wasting away with nothing to do. So, as a model soldier and first and foremost a model citizen, I decided to put it to good use and to serve our king. You know, one last time instead of going to the junkyard. Did you put him in the kitchen? Did you give him a hat, Alba? I did not, but the staff loved him so much they probably did. He's a loyal kitchen helper and the quartermaster appreciates the help. So I guess there's another NPC we get to see at least. I heard he's really good at doing dishes and smuggling food out of the kitchen for you, I bet. But does that thing have hands? How does it wash dishes? I know you got an angle. I absolutely do not. I bet you programmed it to steal food. I think it's not the time for such heinous accusations. We should discuss our first mission, Walter. You're focusing on the wrong thing, and we're already late. Well, because of your late night operations, Miss Ross. So, what's our first assignment? I clear my throat, struggling to collect my thoughts after the sudden change of topic. It's unbelievable that Alphabet spent the night preparing some drone for kitchen work. How did she do that? And why? No wonder she overslept. I focus on the orders I got from HQ this morning. Nothing too crazy. They found some mines out in the field, not that far from the northern outpost. Probably another batch of old drones that Kingdom decommissioned. So another date in the junkyard for us. Oh, Walter, you shouldn't have. Maybe we'll find you another drone spy to send off to the kitchen. Sure, my friend is not a spy. This one could sneak out beer instead of sweet bread. For legal reasons, I need to say I didn't convince the drone to steal any sweet buns from the kitchen. Yeah, right. I want my cut off for helping you, Alba. Nani? Fine. We'll be business partners then. So partners in crime. Partners in crime. Oh, I take the hand she holds out to me. I squeeze it lightly the moment drags on until Alba shakes my hand vigorously, turning the gesture into a choke. checking that I didn't miss a comment because I accidentally press the button at some point. Now we got a job to do. Let's go. Okay, are we actually gonna go or are we still gonna talk for 15 minutes? Oh, so we are actually flying already. Nice. They say that they started like any other. But I remember the feeling I had when I set off the first mission with Alba. So something's gonna happen. War. Touch of anxiety growing stronger at the back of my mind as soon as we left the hangar. Alba and I joked about another junkyard, but HQ sent us much further this time. Past the watchtowers, one after another, flying closer to the borders of our territory marked by the veil. You're awfully quiet. What's on your mind? Is it about the drone smuggling? Because I swear, I'm just thinking. That's it? I'm just thinking about joining a hypothetical syndicate of sweet bun drone smugglers. Oh, come on. It will be fun. They got better things to focus on right now. Like the veil. You're so close to it, you might be able to see it too. Even though you're blind as a bat. Once again, that was a joke. Veil or not, we are getting closer to the drones HQ told us about. What on earth are they doing so far back? Old tech gets buggy sometimes. Good thing we picked up their signal. It's such a terrible death. Alone, lost at the sea. You know they're drones, right? So what? I don't think they really care. It's just a piece of machinery. Oh, so I'm not allowed to feel bad for them? Uh-huh. They're just junk glued together with some wiring. You're just junk glued together with some veins. Well, that was unnecessary. You're very rude, Walter. Has anyone ever told you that before? Sure. We're almost there. So, you can stop nagging me and go save some drones. Let's bring these puppies home. Puppies? That's right. I can't see anything. According to the radar, we should be right next to them. Ooh, planes. Walter, is this HQ the last plane? HQ the last plane, do you copy? Holy crap. Last plane to HQ. We encountered hostile forces near the signal. We need backup. Walter, what's going on? Why are they here? Is this really happening? Hang on. Oh, finally we get to pew pew. So these don't show hostile forces, they're just drones so far. Oh. Ow, I took damage. The explosions. They... I mean, have to wait for the explosion to disappear. I can't believe it. I look at the horizon expecting to see the veil, holes in it, or maybe nothing at all. But this damn weather makes it impossible to see anything that far back. The enemies. Machines are so distinctive, I think they look exactly like in books. The Empire. The Empire forces are on our territory. Walter. Yes, it's the Empire, Alpha. They breached the veil. What? What do you mean? How? We need backup. And we need to get the hell out of here. HQ's last plane backup is on its way. ETA 30 minutes. 30 minutes? HQ, we don't have 30 minutes. Fall back, the enemy has breached the veil. I can see that, damn it. Oh, I can't believe it's happening. There's no way in hell they'll get here in time. We got to take care of this, Alba. How? This is insane. Actually insane. We trained for this. We can do this. Okay. Are you ready? I am if you are. Ha ha ha. You breach my territory, I breach your face. didn't kill all of them. Oh no. What's this? Okay, finally we are fighting enemies. I don't like this spread gun though, like, because it doesn't hit everybody. You know, it's only half of the bullets only hit basically. What's this? Yeah, let's use that before we take damage. Ow. Come on. Oh my god, we didn't kill all of them. Shameful of this stray. There's so many of them. What do they want? What's happening, Walter? They lured us here. It's a preemptive strike. Preemptive? For what? For a wall. Huh? What do we do? Do we run? I bet we can outfly every vessel here. Did they destroy the veil? Why isn't it protecting us? I wish I had the answers for you, Alpha. I still think it's the king responsible, because he first wanted to attack the Empire or something like that. But right now, all I know is we cannot run. We have to stop them before they reach the island, but before they reach Sky Fortress. I'm worried if our firepower will be enough. Don't you worry, we got this. I would never let anything bad happen to these wings of yours. Now is not the time for this, and seriously. What am I, a fairy with cute little wings? Okay, at least it did some damage. Power up because it was about to disappear. Cannon. Blah 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 blah. Let's kill everybody. Nice. The more I fight, the heavier the numbness I feel. Enemy units shrouded in smoke fall into the dark depths of cold water. I watch them from the corner of my eye, not paying much attention. I can't. Not when I notice what's coming at us through thick grey clouds. Look! There's a ship ahead. It looks like it's spreading flying mines. I've never seen a ship like this. It's mind-boggling seeing Empire forces this close to our home, and their technology seems so different from ours. We can admire their technology and design when we are safe and sound, my pilot. You're right. We got a job to do. Let's take it down. Great. Boss. Actually fought against this because I played the one level of arcade mode yesterday before actually starting the stream and stuff. Oh. Really, I just wanted to get this thing. Ah, that thing was actually something I could destroy. Oh, it's destroyed. Holy crap. Last by to HQ, we have taken down an enemy squadron. There should be no more flying mines in this area. In fact, I don't see any more hostile ships in the area. Great work, Lassplane team. Return to the base as soon as possible. Roger that. Is the veil still there? I don't know, Alba. Can you see it? I can't see anything in this fog. I'm confused. Alright, are you okay? Was it tough at times? Yes, I think so. I'll be fine when we get back to Sky Fortress. She says so, but deep in my heart I know it was a lie. I turn away from the horizon hidden behind a thick layer of clouds. Is the veil there? Did the Empire forces cross it? Did they destroy it? But it should be invincible. Water's surface ripples below us. Darkness swallows the hulls of planes we shot down. And the people inside, we head for Sky Fortress. It's as if Alba were racing forward without my help. I can feel her restlessness, a stream of thoughts I can't decipher. We thought we were invulnerable. The world from outside the veil can't reach us. Today was supposed to be a routine mission, a thrill of our first flight, but it was baptism of fire instead. We returned to Sky Fortress victorious, but my heart is racing. They changed everything. It changed our lives forever. Oh no, we didn't get the best score. That's so close. Whatever. Chapter on the wall. Or chapter 2.
初めて出会った日のこと覚えてる？
Do you remember the day we met, Walter?
私たちの罪の重さで大地が震えた。
The earth trembled under the weight of our sins.
あなたは真実が欲しいと言っていた。
You said you
バラの
wanted the
庭に
truth,
足を踏み入れたら手が血まみれになってしまった。
but stepping into a garden of roses, left
私
your
た
hands
ちを
covered
許
with
して
blood.
くれますように。
May the world forgive us what we've done. So
泥
see,
棒
maybe
に
we are the bad guys.
救いなんてないはず。
There's no redemption
Demo.
for thieves.
あなたと一緒に過ごした日々は私を自由にしてくれた。
But with you, I finally felt free. Nothing disturbed the silence that marked our return to Sky Fortress. Neither of us spoke. The familiar waters of our territory no longer felt safe. The horizon was covered by a thick fog, impenetrable. The flight was dragging on. I kept looking around, expecting another enemy wave. Sometimes I glance down, thinking I noticed the ships we shot down. My mind was feeding me illusions. Guilty conscience kept it running as much as fear. Thoughts were swirling chaotically in my head. I couldn't figure out what actually happened, and I felt Alba had the same problem. When we reached the hangar, it was completely crowded. I had never seen that many people gathered together in Skyfortress before. Some were leaning over the red line between safety and the runway. Everyone covered their eyes from Alba's radiant transformation. Then they crashed on us like a wave. Suddenly, I was surrounded by a sea of black uniforms. My colleagues' faces reflected the same conflicting emotions that filled my heart. The voices shook from anger at the audacity of the enemy who dared to attack us. It was fear that filled their eyes. They asked us what had happened. I guess I should, just in case it crashes or something, save every now and then. What did their opponents look like? Who were they? What did they want? Did we see the veil? Did it stop working, or did the Empire find a way to cross it? I drowned in the sea of questions neither of us could answer, missing the moment Alba left the hangar. Her purple hair disappeared in the black sea of uniforms. When I managed to get out, she wasn't nearby. I spent the rest of the day in a small dark rooms. HQ had questions, thousands of questions. I repeated the course of our mission at least 100 times, or so I felt, but I couldn't answer them, no matter how much I wanted to. In the evening, there was an emergency briefing that presented all the facts, all as in the ones HQ already knew. Reports of the troops dispatched to the battlefield concluded that the craft we sank belonged to the Empire. The Veil was still standing, but there was a breach somewhere on its vast surface. A weakness our enemies exploited to reach our territory. HQ assigned units to search for the weak spot and scout the border. I kept quiet most of the briefing, but my colleague's face turned to me numerous times. Alba's purple hair flashed in the crowd. She was on the other side, listening silently. There weren't many conclusions. HQ didn't use the word war. They said it's too early. No traces of other Empire units were found in our territory. It remains unknown what their aim was and why they attacked now. Nobody knew how it happened in the first place. We were instructed to mention none of these to our family on land. There was no basis to believe the enemy would throw at us enough units to attack the island. The people believed in the Veil. HQ wanted to avoid panic because before they gather full information. In the morning, each of us was getting a new assignment. Some soldiers were deployed to patrol the border. Some were sent to guard posts around the island or on land. We dispersed in silence. The Sky Fortress has never been so quiet. I look at the clock, rubbing my tired eyes. It's nearly 3 a.m. Nightmarish snores echo in the officers' quarters. Isn't this like Alba's room now? Or is it very similar? I don't know how anyone could sleep at a time like this. I can't. Before the conference, I took a quick nap, but only because I was exhausted after the mission. As soon as my head touched the pillow, even the crazy whirlpool of emotions I felt couldn't keep me awake. But now I'm just another ghost in Sky Fortress, wandering the quarters and waiting for orders. I'm trying to wrap my head around everything. It's not easy. There's a hole in the veil, a weakness, a breach, something the Empire used to invade our waters. Did they come for the light? How did they weaken the veil? What does it mean for the kingdom? For me? For Alba? What does she think? We only had a few words with each other between one clearance and the other. She was as pale as a ghost, terror glowing in her eyes. She didn't say much. We have been training for this our whole lives, for this moment. And yet I can't believe it's here. I don't feel ready. I look through the window, searching for the veil's gleam on the horizon, to no avail. No veil to no avail. When my thoughts came back to the foggy morning, I can still see the black hulls of planes disappearing under the water. Knock, knock. The knocking diverts my attention from the aimless wandering around the waters. I look up just as the knob turns. It's a mail drone, and my heart fills with dread. I know it brings our assignments. I wonder if Alba is getting a message too, or maybe she managed to fall asleep despite all that. I hope she's sleeping, there's no point in my wondering. At least she could get some rest. The drone flies swiftly towards my desk. I follow it reluctantly. Some people raise their heads to look, jolted awake from a tiring slumber. I moved from the desk or to the desk, reaching out to take a package of orders from the drone. Ignoring me, it draws out an armful of mail from its leather compartment and drops them from a meter up with zero respect. A pile of documents exposed in the air, floating toward the ground in circles. But that doesn't sound very convenient. Do the drones always do that with paper deliveries? I curse under my breath, automatically rushing to catch the papers. I hope nobody heard that. The drone turns to me, satisfied with that job not so well done, and goes away, heading to make another victim miserable. I swear these machines hate me. They only love Alba. Picking up the documents, I notice our assignment and anxiously straighten. Thump, damn it. My head hits the desk so loud even the snoring stops. Seeing the orders makes me ignore the pain though. I pick them up and freeze on my knees, forgetting about the world. HQ predicts that Wales breach is somewhere in the north. The units we faced were probably scouts. The army is in a state of alert. Next attack can come anytime or not at all. I can scan the contents of the documents. They are sending us to a village called Azuria. Never heard of it. I wonder if it's Alba's home village. I frantically collect the documents and sit down on my chair and to grab a map. Studying the island, I search for Azuria in the north, but I can't find it. Frustrated, I move my eyes toward the center. The map is detailed, but Velestia is small. Are they sending us close to the capital? Minutes pass in silence. I hear a few companions move behind my back. They bend over the desk looking for the places they are deployed to. There it is, Azuria. I frowned involuntarily. It's the southernmost village on the island. South? Why are they sending us south if they expect the enemy to strike from the north? Did the Empire have a chance to get so far? Did we miss some units? I stare at the map, waiting for it to make sense now, but nothing happens. Out of the corner of my eye, I watch my colleagues search for their destinations as well. Some of them are going to military bases all around Celestia, some to watchtowers near the border. See, I think it would be nice if some of these companions actually had names and faces, and it would humanize them a bit instead of just saying there are random people that you have to imagine and you don't see at all. The others were ordered to patrol a section of the Vale and search for a hole. They discuss their assignments, but I keep quiet, hunched over the map. I feel like their orders make more sense than ours. I stubbornly stare at the southern border. Azuria is just a regular village, doesn't seem to have anything valuable. They have nothing to offer to the enemy. If I were the Empire aiming for war or the light, I would choose a different target. Why would I attack a small village? How many people can live there? 1,000? I thought Alba was the most precious unit in Skyfortress, together with me, her pilot. Maybe Alba's not gonna be sent there. One would expect we would be deployed to the most important place on the map, not to the middle of nowhere. Especially when we are the only ones who fought the Empire so far. We know we can stop them. Well, at least Alba will catch a break. I noticed that she was quite shaken. As if led by subconsciousness, my gaze falls on her name on another piece of paper still on the desk. Everyone else has already picked up their orders. Why is it there? It should be sent to a different place, to the quarters that used to be mine. I pick it up, it's small, little crumbled, written in Alba's elegant handwriting. I immediately notice it's not a document from HQ. Oh, smart. Can we meet the place from the first day now, please? I look at the clock. It's nearly 3:30 a.m. She must have got the assignment. I skimmed the map looking at the unexciting dot called Azuria. It's the middle of the night, Sky Fortress is asleep. We can discuss the assignment later, in the morning. She should rest. And so should I. Both of us should be getting ready for tomorrow's departure. I battled my thoughts for a while before listening to my instinct telling me to move. It scratches beneath my skin when I think of going to bed or replying with a letter. Reluctantly ignoring the curious look my companions, I sneak out, grabbing a jacket on the way. I know very well that what the place from the first day means. This is where I saw her sitting on the grass admiring the blue sky. When I reached the glade, I noticed her purple hair even in half light. I've never been here before at this hour. I stop admiring the view. Tiny spots of stars shine on the black satin of night, watching us from above. The moon leans out from behind a line of Sky Fortress buildings, bathing the world in a pale glow. Colorful flowers, visible during the day, change the glade into a sheet of light and shadow at night. It seems the entire world flipped upside down in the last 24 hours, and yet the base seems peacefully asleep, as if nothing could disturb its tranquility. Noticing me, Alba jumps to her feet. She squirms anxiously as if wordlessly brushing me. She's obviously very nervous. I quicken, automatically hiding my hands in my pockets. Cold attacks my cheeks. At this altitude, it's usually cooler than on the ground, but it's only severe at night. As I get closer, I notice her face. It's sheer terror. Her eyes are wide, lips tightened. She's breathing fast, spasmodically, as if she ran here. Finally, what took you so long? Hey, I came here as soon as I could. How do we recognize Alba's handwriting? We've known her for like a couple of days. Have we seen her write something? I guess so, but how do we... Hmm. I saw you run for the beer yesterday. You're not usually that slow, Walter. I feel remorse at the sight of her shaking. Maybe I really could have been faster if I had noticed her message earlier. Instead of studying the map stubbornly as if I could answer some of my 1,000 questions. Is everything okay? Are you cold? Do you need a jacket? No. Nothing is okay. It's... Well, I had to... Tears glisten in her eyes in the moonlight, but they don't fall. She doesn't let them. She's holding up barely. I've never seen her like that. Even in the morning when we returned from the battlefield, shocked and terrified, Alba didn't behave this way. The sight of her distress tears my heart in two. My instincts tell me to reach for her, calm her down, but embarrassment quickly stops me in my tracks. Then I notice a piece of paper in her fist. I don't need to ask. The assignment from HQ. She's got orders just like me. Did you get the orders? Our assignments? Yeah, just a few minutes ago. They suspect the enemy will hit from the north. I was about to... Of course, you got them. Why did you ask? They're sending us south, but I can't go south. We have to move. We can't stand still. I can't be here right now. I have to go, Walter. I have to slow down a bit. I can't be here, Walter. I have to do something. I have to be there. You have to help me, please. I don't know what to do. I just can't be here right now. What happened? Read it and tell me what's going on. I'm getting worried. She shakes her head, raising it at the sky. I follow her gaze like an idiot, but I don't see anything. Only after a while I do realize she's trying to hold back tears. How can they send us south? My village, Lunefell. Okay, so it's not whatever that other village was called, I forgot. Lunefell is so close to the northern border, Walter. I can't just... I could swear my heart stops beating for a moment. She never shared her village's name with me. Lunafell. Lunafell is in the north, damn it. Just where HQ assumes the breach in the Vale is, where the enemy can attack again. I don't know what to say. The Empire breached the Vale and my village is so close to it. They expect me to go south to the other side of the island. They expect me to ignore it all. It's cruel. My family, my hometown. I'm quiet, frozen by the whirlpool of emotions in my head. My chest feels tight, my body is tense. I'm desperately trying to figure out a way to calm her down. Lunafell, it's a small village, isn't it? It surely won't lure the Empire if they attack again. And the HQ only speculates that the breach is in the north. They still haven't found it. It means it can be somewhere else. Her pleading eyes tear through the thick wall of rationality I just surrounded myself with. Walter, you have to do something. Anything. We got our orders, Alba. HQ isn't sure if the enemy will come at all, let alone if they will come from the north. We know too little, we can't be certain if Lunafell is in danger. The enemies could have been just scouts, they could have come from anywhere. No. What do you mean, no? I know the past 24 hours have been scary, but you can't let it go to your head. Your village is small, I bite my tongue before I say not insignificant. Cursed pragmatism, but it's the truth. Azuria is small as well. Why are they sending us there? I'm silent, I don't have an answer to that. She's right, Azuria is small. If we're supposed to defend small, insignificant villages, it might as well be Lunafell. I'm sure there's a reason. We can't ignore our orders, everyone is so tense. It will be alright, your village is going to be alright. How? How can you be so sure? I shut my mouth when her question throws me off balance, but it's accurate. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. Lunafell is not worth attacking, but who knows what the Empire will decide if they declare war and strike the island. Will they aim straight at our factories and ports, or just burn everything in their way? I can't be sure. I wish I could, but I can't. I understand her, but I understand her fear. HQ may not use the word, but it's war. If my family was so close to the front, I don't know if I could sleep. Hell, my family is safe in the capital and I still can't sleep. Let's say we go there, and then what? HQ specifically ordered us to keep quiet. The last thing we need is panic. You can't be serious. I know we have our orders. We don't know if they're actually in danger. We'll see what tomorrow brings. For now, HQ wants us to go to Azuria. So I'm supposed to go protect some random village I've never been to because you're sure my home is going to be okay? Is that what you're saying, Walter? I frowned, seeing disbelief and fury on her face. I immediately regret my words. Just one look at the disappointment in her eyes, and I wished for the ground to swallow me up. Well, technically, it's not ground because we're floating in the mid-air on the fortress thingy. If I were her, I also wouldn't be able to leave for the other side of the island, knowing my home and family could be so close to danger. If the breach was in the south, why did the empires bother to fly around and attack from the north? The hole must be where they expect it to be, and it means Lunafell is on the way. I feel a lump growing in my throat. Shos's eyes spark in the darkness, her lips forming one word she doesn't even have to say out loud. I notice it. Please. Damn it. Are we really gonna do this? Disregard our orders and go to Lunafell? Do you know what's going to happen if we do that? No, I don't want to get you in trouble, Walter. But I can't go south, I can't. It's like my entire body screams I should be in Lunafell now, not here. I can't just risk the life of my family and not tell them about the danger. I need to make sure they're okay. Tell them to evacuate. Silence. Silence, the enemy breeds the veil. Since the enemy breeds the veil, silence between us has been stretching like an eternity. My heart is racing like I just went for a run. This is not how the military works. We can't change our assignments to protect our loved ones. But I can't say no to her. Alba isn't just a soldier, she's my partner, and I'm an SIMP. I don't know if I could make her ignore Lunafel and go with me to Azuria. I know that eventually she would listen if I stood my ground, but forcing her to do this would break my heart. Fine. In the morning, I'll put a request to HQ to change our assignment to the north. What if they say no? The tension makes my jaw clench so tight that my teeth hurt. Well, I suppose the news could get delayed. These damn mail drones are faulty as hell. But to be sure, I put my request after we take off. We'll go to Lunafell, Alba, I promise. She exhales with so much force as if she's been holding it in for a whole minute. She collapses into herself, her arms falling, back hunching, like uncertainty was the only thing keeping her upright. Fear doesn't leave her face, but her lips curve into a thankful smile. She approaches me, looking ready to jump into my arms, then stops. Thank you. Thank you. It means so much to me, Walter. You have no idea. I smile faintly, well aware that the consequences will bite me in the ass later, or sooner. But, oh no, it's already been a whole day since the initial attack. I'm a nervous wreck. I just know I shouldn't be here now. What are you suggesting? I feel like every hour counts. Will we have enough time to evacuate citizens? Citizens? I thought we were merely warning your parents. It's my home. Do you expect me not to tell anyone that they might die in a brutal attack? They deserve to know the Veil is no longer protecting them. HQ is going to kill us before the Empire gets the chance. Do you understand that? I'm not going to force them to evacuate, but they need to know. And if they choose to move inland, some parts of the village are hard to reach. The sick or elderly might need more time, more assistance. Oh, I'm so worried, Walter. My family, my parents. What do you want us to do? Take off right now? Could we? I freeze, looking into her shining eyes. Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. There is no need, Alpha. I'm sure we'll get there on time. If we leave in the morning, we should be there by noon. We just have to get up early. But if we get there now, we'll be there by morning. We'll give them an entire day to pack their belongings and evacuate. I don't think a couple of hours will make a significant difference. The village is very small. We'll easily evacuate everyone in time. Can't you just hold on a little longer? It's going to be okay. We'll be there. Make sure HQ won't notice until it's too late. I know, but I just have a very, very bad feeling about this. My instincts have been going wild the whole day. I thought it might have been just a weird dish in the quartermaster prepared for breakfast. But I think my gut is trying to tell me something important. Are you serious? You've either got a hunch or an indigestion. How can you not know the difference? I'm very sorry I haven't upgraded my inner voice to wartime edition. I just feel darkness, something ominous. It's hard to explain. Anything is better than indigestion, Alba. What darkness? Like something bad is about to happen. I just feel it, but I don't want to ask you for something like that. If you say we'll have plenty of time, I believe you. It's your call. I trust you. I consider our options for a while watching her. If we take off now, we'll be there by morning. We'll have a whole day to prepare the village and the people inland. On the other hand, Alba is overreacting a bit. We don't know if Lunafell is in actual danger. The information from HQ isn't confirmed. Nobody knows anything. The only reason to leave right now is her instinct or upset stomach. Josh can get in trouble if we go now just to make her feel better. Hurry and overzeal never end well at a war. But I can see how important it is for her. Let's say this might be an important decision. Let's just say let's leave in the morning. Maybe everybody's gonna be dead in the village by then, but let's catch some sleep and we'll leave in a couple of hours. How about that?
そんな
Okay, if you say that's for the best. If we leave now, we'll draw unwanted attention. Better to move out with everyone else, just change direction. That will give us more time before HQ realizes something is wrong. And you need crazy amounts of sleep, Alba. If we leave now, you'll be no use tomorrow. A quick nap and we'll be fresh and dandy to save the world. Breakfast included.
私
I don't think I'll be able to eat anything. Now that's about life. I'll never believe, mistrust. As we head for the exit from the park, she elbows my shoulder, but I can see a tiny smile flickering on her lips. I elbow her back, although she isn't looking at me. I believe we have time. Abba is overzealous for her own good. She needs a rational counsel and looks like it's my role. I just don't know if she'll ever appreciate it. In the morning, I get up before her. It's not too hard, but convincing HQ to assign us to Lunafell is a different story. Lassplanes are precious, sure, but questioning the orders for personal reasons when we are on the brink of war may not pass. If I ask directly and HQ refuses, we won't have a second chance. We won't be able to go to Lunafell, they will keep an eye on us. That's why I swap our orders discreetly during the briefing. A lie has no legs, but it's enough to make them let us go. And then we'll figure something out later. Consequences will fall on me with a force I'm ready for. Or so I hope. I'll do anything to keep Alba out of it. Let them know it was my call. I can only hope my career won't fall in the process. Timing is crucial. Oh, yeah, we're flying already. As we set off, I'm wondering if they already noticed my deception. Luckily, nobody tried to turn us back, pursue us. There was no turning back. We'll face the consequences later. Or rather, I will.
あの
Oh my god, I hope we're not too late, Walter. What if we're late? It's been so long. It's surely way past noon now. Take it easy, Alba. There are no Imperial forces on the horizon, and the village looks just fine from above. I sure hope you're right. I wonder if my parents are home at this hour.
あのね
The village seems so busy, a lot of people on the streets. Let's find a place to land. The quicker the better. I know a place, let's go. Northwestern cliff, do you see it? I think I can see it. It'll be tight.
やめてよ
We dealt with worse. Let's go. Oh, I wonder if the goats are by the stream as they used to. Goats? Are you kidding me? Don't tell me you're afraid of goats, Walter. I'm definitely not, even though they are mean creatures. They are absolutely sweethearts. There's a stream near our landing zone where they love to hang out, but we don't have time for snuggles. Sadly. Thankfully. I heard that. We have no time to waste. Let's go. So no fight yet. Lunafell is charming, I can see it even from afar. It's hard to pinpoint the main street due to its layout. Most of the buildings are on flat islands, although the villagers utilize cliffs as well. Many houses were built on high on the hills, linked only by inconspicuous bridges. I'm starting to understand why reaching everyone can be problematic and the evacuation can take time. Lunafell is spread out horizontally and vertically. When we get down to the village, seagulls welcome us with their cries. You seem very excited, Alba. I am. I haven't been here for years, but feels like no time has passed. It's exactly the same. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, but I know I love it. I missed home. Besides, it's not often that I leave military bases. Not sure if you noticed. Hey, me too. Sky Fortress has everything we need. There's no reason to leave. Right? Except for goats. When was the last time you were somewhere else? Else how? You know, not an Alaska plain beauty. Just as yourself, Alba.
その
Frankly, I don't even remember. Huh? Must have been pretty long ago. Long ago, long ago. The village is brimming with life, but we don't see it. People rattle around as we wander one of the streets. An aroma of a dish from a nearby inn fills the air. I follow Alba, who points at places and explains what they are as we go along. Lunafell has a small school for local children. We pass a group at the crossroads. They are running nearby, nearly crashing into us. I only notice happiness on their faces and reddened cheeks. Living here must be blissful, calm. Life runs its own course, slowly, lazily, is so different from Sky Fortress. Nobody hurries to carry out their orders or to attend a meeting. A few people walk on the street, enjoying the weather. Uh, Others talk to their neighbors, sitting on benches or chairs in their gardens. The faces are unlike what I'm used to. The locals are relaxed, smiling, some of them hum while working in gardens and filleting fish. Since we returned on that fatal grey morning, smiles have been in short supply in Sky Fortress. We walk, crossing another alleyway, when I spot a newspaper stand in front of the houses. The man is holding a copy of a freshly printed newspaper. I notice the headline, Lies of the Vale, End is Near. Lies of the Vale, okay. The vendor calls the locals to buy one, but nobody pays attention to him. Crazily stubborn, he's trying to make the citizens realize the truth. The truth that the Vale won't save them. I stare at the headline. Conspiracy theories and their fanatics are common in Belestia, but these theories have never been more real. For a moment, I consider buying a paper. I'm curious how close to the truth this man is. Alba's embarrassed face distracts me. Her cheeks are flushed and she's not looking at me but somewhere random. She ignores the newspaper vendor.
私
I know it's no capital or Sky Fortress, but Lunifale has its charm. What do you mean? Well, you grew up in the capital, right? I bet you're not used to this. She nods at the houses as we pass. There are children playing in the garden, shouting commands to each other. They're holding sticks, and their clothes are dirty and torn from playing outside. The houses are modest, tiny, cramped, and judging from how big the families are. It's not just the wealth of Sky Fortress, but everyone seems well fed and content with life. And this is actually different from what I'm used to, but not the way Alba thinks it is. I like it here. Don't tell me you're ashamed of your hometown, Alba.
何
What? No, but you've been quiet for so long, I was thinking. I'm looking around because I've never been here. I'd like to know more about your home, Miss Strauss. You talked about it so much, I'm curious. And how do you like it? I know it's not the capital, but. Stop with the capital thing. The capital has a beautiful shiny castle, but that's not where I grew up. The slums are filled with miserable people and rats. That's what I'm more used to, you know? Oh,
それが
rats can be cute though. No, don't do that again. What? They're highly intelligent animals. Not everything can be cute, Ross.
許さない
Objection. It all depends on your perspective. Don't be so grumpy, Walter. I'm not grumpy. Yes, you are. And I bet even you can be cute if you want to. Oh, yeah? Just like a rat. Don't flatter yourself. They're also very smart. Mm. The wind carries her laughter when we reach the bridge to another islet. We leave behind the screams of children playing and the blissful aroma coming from the bakery. We are approaching Alba's house on the outskirts. I observe everything with curiosity. It's quieter here. Elders are talking over tea or coffee. Their sunburned faces show less enthusiasm than the young ones, but it's no surprise. They're watching us attentively. They know we stand out. Or maybe they recognize Alba? Elderly man. It's been another month, Julie. The boys returned empty-handed. There's no worthwhile work in village anymore. What if all the youngsters leave? How will we earn money? You're worrying, elderly woman. You're worrying too much, honey. The king has been taking care of us for years. He won't let Lunafel suffer. I know that, and I'm thankful for the king's mercy, but I don't like that the village doesn't bring any profit. The crops didn't grow? No. I discreetly glanced at the old couple we've overheard. They are sitting at the porch of their house, rather large for Lunafel standards. Their hair is white, faces wrinkled. I wonder how long they've been living here. If there's no fish this year too, how will we return the king's favor? The capital doesn't need our miserable fish, Adam. I'm sure they won't see any difference. At least, hey, an NPC has a name. Wow, I didn't know it was that bad. That bad? Has the king always sustained the village? Well, I don't know if he sustained it, but we always could count on the king to support us when necessary. Hey, human lag, welcome. Thanks to his kindness, the villagers prosper regardless of the crops or fish's quality. We have everything we need. I'm baffled. Lunefella already looked worthless from a strategic point of view. Now it turns out that not only does it have no riches, but it also can't sustain itself. All these people live at the king's mercy. The longer I think about it, the more incomprehensible and absurd it seems. The king I know isn't famous for supporting people like that. Yeah, I guess there's some secret in this village, like maybe the village has the source of the light, which is the only thing that can create Lassplanes or something like that. But there's something Lunafell has and other villages don't. That something or rather someone is staring at me with doe-like eyes. Isn't that amazing? Yes. He takes care of Lunafell because you are from here. I saw the dark nooks and crannies of the capital. I don't think the king would take care of the poor out of the goodness in his heart. What do you mean? Well, take a look around Alba. What does Lunafell have what other places don't? Um, Amazing kind of hardworking people? Oh, surely it must be it. Hey, we have you, Alba. Huh? Not every kingdom village can pride itself in giving birth to a legendary last plane. Do you really think it's connected? I don't see any other logical reason. The king may be kind-hearted, but surely not enough to support hundreds of thousands of people of goodwill. It looks like a reward to me, a reward for Lunafell. Because of me? Because of you. Ah, you spoil everything. Hey, you kill all magic, Walter. You and your pessimism. You meant pragmatism. I know what I wanted to say. We keep going through the village in silence. As we go further from the village center, there are fewer houses and people around. Instead of hustle and bustle, the murmur of the waves fills the air. Lifting my head, I gaze at the cliffs. I pity people who must climb every time they want to run errands in the village center. Alba stops so abruptly that I don't notice it at first, too preoccupied with my observations. She raises her hand, pointing at something ahead. I follow it with my eyes. Look, it's my house. They're on the hill. Let's go. I can't wait to see their faces. Oh, I just can't wait. Take it easy, champion. Or you'll give Nana a heart attack. Let's go. Alba's house is off the beaten track, giving the residents plenty of privacy. It's small but charming. A wooden fence that could use some repair surrounds it. I'm trying not to judge if the village isn't among the privileged ones. Rotting planks must be one of their last worries. I suppose the king doesn't fund renovations. Alba climbs the stairs, enters her plot while I'm still struggling to keep up. She scans her surroundings. I can see that she's a little surprised. The garden is somewhat unkempt. Bushes which must have once bloomed with flowers are now dry. The grass tickles my calves. It's been a while since someone mowed it. Mom used to love spending her days in the garden. Maybe she's too busy to take care of it now. So many things have changed. With the Empire successfully breaching the veil, the state of the garden is the least of our worries, Alba. But perhaps we could negotiate with HQ to come here one day, just to help out. Assuming they won't kick us out of the army in the end. Or rather, kick me out.
もしかしたら
Really? You would do that for me? Thank you. Don't thank me yet. Come on, let's head inside. She nods and approaches the door. The house number painted on the wall is well worn and illegible. The wind plays a tune on a dusty little bells hanging on the porch. I would assume the house was abandoned if not for the silhouettes of people visible through the window. When we get closer, we can hear
あ
voices.
の
Alba freezes, and I nearly crash into her. I'm nervous. They're your parents, Alba. There's no need to worry. I know, but it's been so many years. What should I do? I guess probably better knock first. It's probably better knock first. Okay. Knock, knock. The voices stop, and we are welcomed with silence. Nothing happens. We look at each other confused. Then we hear heavy footsteps. The door squeaks when someone pulls the handle to crack it open. An old man faces us. Only a few strands of black are left in his grey hair. His whole face is wrinkled. He looks rather polite. Looking at us with curiosity, his gaze wanders between me and Alba. Tross grins. Yes? Hi. Can I help you? You look like you're travelers, although we don't get many visitors here. Joseph? Who is that? Ah, no, that's the old woman. Joseph, who is that?
私その
It's me. It's me. I'm home. Oh. And who are you? The man frowns, looking at Alba with embarrassment. The old smile disappears. Her eyes hold 1,000 questions waiting to be asked. I watch her, unsure what to do. It's not a reception I'd expect, but Alba is shocked. She turns into a stone statue, watching her father's face with an open mouth, not knowing what to do. The man disrupts the tense moment by moving back into the house. He opens the door wider, looking behind his shoulder. Now I can see a large room. There's a kitchen connected to it, from which a short old woman leans out. I see Alba's mouth, Mom, her eyes sparkling again. Honey, we have visitors, travelers, I think. Do you know? I elbow Alba, but she doesn't react. Her sparkles are blown out when she notices her mother's suspicious look. I clear my throat, interrupting the man. It must be a terrible misunderstanding. I know it's been a few years, but come on. I need to help explain. I'm sorry, perhaps we're at the wrong house? We're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Tross. Well, you found them, boy. What's the matter? You look like a soldier. Are you from the northern outpost? No, not really. Perhaps we could come in. My friend and I would like to talk. He mulls over the answer. Despite his politeness, the man doesn't seem fond of letting strangers in his house. He looks back at his wife, who crosses her hands. Me and Alba look at her too, and she finally nods. Trosses are careful, that's good. At least that's what I'm telling myself when they finally let us in. Okay, what's going on here? Are her memories fake or something? Or are their memories wiped or something? I gently put a hand on Alba's back to push her forward. She closes her mouth and blinks before reacting. Is she broken or what? She's not helping. Thank you, Mrs. Tross. I bow down to Alba's mother when Joseph closes the door. Alba looks around, begins to shake. The silence is ringing in my ears. I look expectantly at Tross, her whole body trembling. She opens and closes her mouth like a fish on a shore. I feel uneasy. Something is terribly wrong.
なんで
Don't, don't you recognize me? I look at her parents, who move closer to each other. They study Alba for a long while. I'm getting more and more nervous. I don't like the look they share. That neither does Alba. Her eyes fill with tears. It must be a mistake, I'm sorry. I know it's been a long time, but it's me.
来たよ
I'm here,
お父
Dad.
さん
So many things happen at once I hardly register all the details. A flash of pain in the man's eyes, an echo of something far away, brought to the surface by Tross's words. The woman by his side grimaces. Her jawline shakes, she tightens her lips and frowns, like Alba said something outrageous, something horrible. Rage embraces her as quickly as if Tross slapped her. I'm sorry, but. What? What are you trying to say, lass?
私
I. Is this a sick joke? Are you having fun? What? No. No, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to upset
お
you.
母さん
Mom, don't you dare call me that. I'm not your mother. Joe as if this is definitely not your father. You got the wrong house, wrong people, or a sick, twisted sense of humor. Who would have come up with something like that? The woman's rage, written all over her face, leaves a bitter aftertaste in my mouth. She retreats to the kitchen, grabbing a frying pan on her way, a weapon she is ready to use against us. Fury in her eyes suppresses the energy Alba had when she walked in. It snuffs out her enthusiasm like extinguishing a fire with a shoe. Alba's eyes glaze over in the sunlight coming through the window. Her lips tremble as she is desperately trying to keep her resolve.
なんで
How can you not recognize me? Mom, why are you mad? I. Don't call me that! Joseph finally moves when his wife rushes at us. I react instinctively immediately. I face the woman moving in front of Alba and shielding her with my body. She stops, gripping the pan tightly, ready to swing. Up close, I see tears glistening in her eyes, too. Something else hides behind the facade of fury. I exhale, noticing grief under the aggression. You think I wouldn't recognize my old child? You're not my daughter. I don't know where you people are from or what you're looking for, but I won't give you any money. Marie. Don't touch me. Joseph puts a hand on her shoulder, but the woman brushes it off sharply. Alba cowers behind my back under her mother's hateful stare. If she even is her mother, what mother would treat her child like that? Anger makes my blood boil. She's acting like a lunatic and her husband does nothing about it. He's just looking at Alba. React to the arguments. I guess we should be calm. Please calm down. I'm sure we can explain. Hey. Let's all calm down a little bit, okay? I'm sure whatever is happening we can figure out if we stop yelling at each other. Joseph nods reluctantly and dares to grab his wife's shoulder again. She purses her lips and exhales through the nose like an enraged bull. We battle with our gazes for a long while. At least she's not looking at Alba anymore. Still, it's not a nice exchange. Murray, let's just listen to what they have to say. Who are you again? I'm Walter, a Royal Air Force lieutenant. Lieutenant, if we're British. Fine, Lieutenant Walter. We're listening. I glimpse at Alba, her cheeks wet with tears. She looks at me with fear and some hope. I wish I could fix this. But how? She told me so much about her village, her home, parents. She can recognize them, why don't they know her? Nothing makes sense. It's been a long time since Alba was in Lunafell. Maybe, how long have you been living here? Maybe her parents lived here before? Nonsense. We've always been living here. Joseph built this house himself. I see. Maybe we mixed up the houses? No. This is my home. I don't notice when Alba moves from behind me and rushes inside the room. Her movements are chaotic and quick, but her shoulders bend under the severity of the situation. Marie jumps, raising the pan. The young Tross is desperate when she stands by the door to another room. She opens it, revealing an ordinary, simple workroom of one of her parents, but she doesn't even look inside. She speaks to them. It was my room. Here. You painted stars on the ceiling for me, Mom. You ran out of yellow paint, so you finished them with pink. You said that pink stars are beautiful because they are unique. And Dad built a box of toys for me. One you could slide under the bed, and the bed was so big. Nana would come to me when I couldn't sleep. I remember. I remember everything. Please, where is she? She will recognize me. I want to move closer, but her mother stands in my way. The old man looks upset. There's no anger in him, but neither is joy. He can only offer his daughter shock and sadness. My mother died almost 10 years ago. When I lost my job, I had to sell most of the things you speak of to help us survive. All I have left of her is a recipe for sweet buns. Sorry, maybe this is supposed to be tragic, but I don't know. I couldn't help but laugh. Enough. My daughter is dead. Stop. What are you, you demon? What are you? Why are you tormenting us? It's me. Mom, please, I would recognize my daughter. In any place, at any time, even after half a century. I'm looking at you and I don't see my little girl. You're nothing like her. I don't know what you are, but you must leave. Stop. Never come here again. Get out. I can't hear my thoughts caught between the inconsolable woman's screams, the deadly silence of her husband, and Alba's desperate sobs. Stop, stop, stop. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting the story to take this kind of turn, especially so suddenly, like, have to question everything, our memories and whatever is going on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Alba. I try to catch her when she passes me in the door, running outside and crying loudly. I automatically turn to the exit, giving her parents a furious look. Her parents or strangers? What the hell is going on? I rush to follow her, but a strong grip stops me. I look over to my shoulder at the gaunt man. Murray hides her face in her hands. Maybe they're like threatened or something to not recognize her. Maybe the king has told them not to associate with her. I can hear her sobs over her husband's husky voice. Bring her back, please. I reluctantly nod, although it's the last thing I want. Not after how they treated Alba. I step outside with delay. The wind lashes my cheeks, but it's no longer blissful and crisp. It's cold and unpleasant. I turn to the house and notice Joseph in the doorway. We can say the family meeting was damn failure, but we came here with a purpose. Alba should warn them, but she is no longer on the horizon. She disappeared into the maze of rocks and streets. Regardless of what happened, I should warn them. Listen, the reason we came here in the first place was to warn you. Empire has breached the Veil. We don't know how or where exactly, but they came from the north. We suspect the breach is nearby. They can be here any minute. The government is silent to avoid panic, but Alba risked everything to come here to warn you. Against her orders. You need to tell everyone in the village to prepare. Evacuate if you can. Somewhere inland, as far from the Veil as possible. We'll stay here for a couple of hours to make sure you can leave safely if you wish. The man hesitates. He doesn't want to trust me after the argument, but his gaze is uneasy. After all, I'm wearing a military uniform. He knows who I am. Finally, he nods. Thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. I exhale with relief, although it's short lived. As soon as I make the first step on the stairs leading downhill, I get goosebumps. First, I hear a tune. A sound of bells hanging near the door, rattling without a wind. The air is still. Then there's a tremor. Pebbles fall down the cliff and the ground begins to shake. Surprised, I crouched, cling to the ground, and stay put. Tremor is sudden but weak. It ends after a few seconds, echoing only in the sea. Foamy waves furiously attack the cliffs, drown the beach, awakened by the rock moving beneath them. What the hell was that? I turned to ask Joseph, but he already disappeared into the house. He doesn't seem bothered at all and just slams the door like nothing happened. I carefully get up, not feeling the danger anymore. Was it a dream? No, I can see the villagers picking up items fallen from windowsills. No one is shouting, no one is talking about it. So maybe that happens often. Maybe there's like I don't know, some Lovecraftian monstrosity sleeping under the island or something. No one is interested in it. I'm the only one with goosebumps. I look at the horizon. White clouds float lazily all over the blue sky. No enemies are coming. Whatever it was, it can't have been an attack. Trust's anxiety infects me. Time doesn't stop. We have less and less. I roll up my sleeves and move forward to find my missing last plane before it's too late. How far did you run? I carefully climb down to the street as we walked before. Looking around, I can see the familiar violet hair anywhere. I begin to worry, or I can't see the hair, I guess. Alba was in a bad shape when she ran out of the house. It's not surprising. It's not surprising. The meeting. I don't know what to think. Tross talked so much about her village, family, and Nana. The feelings she displayed were too convincing to be a lie. It must be her village. They must be her parents. So why don't they recognize her? Their anger and sorrow were so real. I don't know if anyone could pretend so well. And what reason would they have? What happened in the last 10 years that made them forget about their daughter? The last 15 minutes caused so much chaos in my mind that I decided to think about it later. I stuff it deep inside my head and into a drawer you use for odds and ends with nowhere else to be stored. The most important thing right now is to find Alba. But where could she have gone? I'm not familiar with the area. I frantically searched my memories for any place she could hide in. Maybe the spot with the goats? Near the landing place? Shit is far away. She wouldn't run so fast, would she? I should check the village first, just in case. If I don't find her, I'll go to the landing place. As I roam the village, I notice a bakery signboard in the distance and head there. Bread. Shop's small, cozy interior is filled with a wonderful smell of freshly baked pastries that could entice Alba. Some people just love to stress eat, but when I look inside, there's no last plane. I move on, diving into the narrow streets and crossing the bridges between the islets. Some of them are part of the path we took together before, but some remain a mystery to me. I spot the newspaper vendor near his stand. He's sitting on a fold-out chair, dejected. Looks like he gave up selling newspapers. The area is less busy right now, too. Some people went inside to hide from the scorching sun. I make my way to him to ask if he saw Alba, but the sound of laughter and fun reaches me halfway. The garden of one of the cottages is brimming with people, some of them even standing in the street. Music comes from the inside of the house, and nearly everyone is holding a drink or food. Party, lots of guests. I mull over who to approach. Some of the partygoers are wallflowers, looking around, gossiping. If Alba ran by, she would give them something to talk about. On the other hand, the newspaper vendor is on the lookout for customers, keen like a hawk. Someone will surely know something. Who should I ask? Oh, this seems like an important question. Maybe the newspaper man, because he also had those news. Maybe we can talk about that, like the veil being breached. The man on the chair instantly catches my gaze. Seeing a potential customer, he stands up, grabs the nearest freshly printed paper. I immediately notice the headline I saw before. Lies of the Vale, end is near. Ignoring a pang of anxiety, I smile at him nervously. You look like a soldier. We have some more truths in our newspaper today, something the government is hiding. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. No thank you. I just wanted to ask you something. You see a girl running by? A girl? She was rather distinctive. Short violet hair, military uniform. I'm just selling newspapers, boy. This is what I do. Hmm, you don't seem to have many customers. Huh, yeah, right. What a place it is. They live so close to the Vale. You would think they'd be interested in the world around them. Who knows how long this damn thing will stand? They care about nothing but celebrating and grilling fish. He gestures toward the crowded house I passed by. His voice is bitter. I look at the stack of unsold newspapers. Well, it won't hurt to buy one. Maybe it'll jog his memory. I take out a small change from my pocket and put it on the counter. Vendor eagerly reaches for the coins. Yeah, you're a good man. At least one person here can read. Maybe it's time to move the business. Anyway, I didn't see any girl here. You can check over there. Follow this street. You'll find a tavern. Lots of people go there. And there's a meadow beyond. A viewpoint quite charming. Thank you for the tip, sir. You don't seem like a local. Have you been living in Lunafell for long? On the contrary, just got here a week ago. Don't get me wrong, the village is pretty, but bad for business. Because people don't buy newspapers? If only. A whole pack of children, I swear some of these little brats stole my money. The tavern only serves fish, 1 day old on top of that. Not to mention the quakes that destroyed my first stand. Ah, the quakes. Quakes? Yeah, quakes. There was one just a moment ago. Yes, I felt it too. Do you know what it is? It seemed disturbing. How do I know? The others say it's normal. But the birds know something. You need to look at the birds. The birds? Don't you see? They flew away. All of them. They always disappear before an earthquake. They'll be back tomorrow, if at all. If they still have a place to return to. Reaching the authorities will take me some time. Maybe I should warn the people I meet. This man surely has a strong voice. On the other hand, nobody seems to listen. If all he does is shout conspiracy theories every day, my warning will probably just blend in with the other crazy ideas. After more people know what's going on, the sooner we can return to Sky Fortress. Uh, let's tell him he seems like a decent guy. Warn the newspaper vendor about the attack. Listen, my name is Walter. I'm a Royal Air Force lieutenant. I don't know what's in your newspaper, but you're right. The Vale is no longer keeping us safe. The Empire crossed into our territory yesterday morning. We suspect a breach in the Vale near Lunafell on the northern border. What? I reach into my pocket and take out a folded piece of paper. The orders we got at night. I give it to the vendor as proof, hoping it's enough to convince the authorities that what he says is real. Unlike before. The government doesn't want the public to know, they don't want to cause panic, but it's not safe here. Ah, are you serious? Holy, I was right. I knew it. Stay calm. I need you to pass the information on to the authorities of Lunafell, and to as many locals as possible. They must prepare for evacuation. Everyone should move inland. The farther from the Vale, the better. Can you do that? Yes, I can. Oh, I will, oh my. The weariness on his face is replaced by fear and tension. The vendor quickly shoves the newspapers into a large bag with the rest of the goods. Muttering under his breath, he looks at me for confirmation twice, as if thinking it's not real, until the very end. I look at my watch. The minutes pass inexorably. The pressure hits me. I bid the man goodbye as he runs off. He'll find the people in charge faster than me, that's for sure. I must find Alba. I headed the direction he showed me. It's unlikely I'll find Alba in the tavern, but it's on the way. Following a road paved with pebbles, I look at the sky and roofs. Lack of seagulls hits me harder than before. It's so empty. The tavern is on the way to the viewpoint, and it won't try to look inside. Ooh, interesting. Is that a drone? Oh yeah, like a barkeep. I push the creaky door and look around for violet hair. At first glance, the interior is nearly empty. The tavern works as a local bar and is furnished as such. Like the rest of the village, it has a unique vibe, although it's not very luxurious. Sunlight shines in through large windows, and faraway murmur of the waves reaches my ears. Villagers at tables holding mugs and glasses. The smell of fried food lingers in the air. Most of the customers are men. They turn their heads en masse as soon as the door cracks open. I feel the stairs as I close it, implying I'm going to stay here, at least for a while. The tavern has nooks behind the columns. I plan to snoop around before I ride it off. Gradually, the men stop paying attention to me and begin to chatter again. It must be because of my uniform. On my way to the bar at the back of the room, I look around with interest, taking in spare decorations on the walls. A robot hovers behind the counter. I contain a sigh. These bloody machines always make me feel uneasy. Passing a column, I step forward when I notice something unusual. Only one bar stool is occupied. My heart rate spikes as I meet a woman's gaze. Oh, okay, I think she's also a Lassplane. Yeah, she has the tattoo on her shoulder. Hello, how do you do? For a split second, I think it's Alba. Only later do I realize couldn't be more wrong. It's impossible to ignore her, and it's not because she's the only woman here. A shock of wavy blonde hair is radiant, shining like a lighthouse guiding sailors at night. Yeah, I want to make a crude joke about lots of sailors guiding themselves in her. Something about seamen. Anyways, her slender body reveals the power inside, and her pose shows no fear or hesitation. At the same time, her face is a bit ethereal. Power and softness intertwined with a subtle, balanced waltz like someone else I know. In the simple interior, the woman's military uniform is like a symbol of prestige. I like that sort of military uniform, if that's a military uniform. In a way, it makes her even more out of place. She doesn't seem to care. Her finger traces the rim of the glass, circling mindlessly. She hears my footsteps. Blonde hair bounces when she turns to me.
どうした？
What's up? Her gaze is hypnotizing. She looks at me like she knows my identity and purpose. There's something familiar gleaming in her blue eyes. A spark of power. The symbol on her bracelet reminds me of something. The memory is blurred. Uh, like a dream fading away persistently when you try to remember it. We have met before, but when and where? She's surrounded by a mystical aura that's hard to describe. My stomach is churning when I reach a bar stool near her. Is she? No, impossible. Excuse me, have we met before? You seem familiar. She rests her cheek on her bent hand and tilts her head. An emotion passes her face, too fleeting to identify. At first glance, it seems to be irritation or fatigue, but I only asked a simple
い
question.
や、
No, I don't think we have. Well, the super effective conversation starter. I clear my throat to hide my embarrassment. Suddenly, the sun rays on my cheek disappear. A shadow looms over me as soon as I sit down. I turn my head to the drone hovering over the counter. I cringe involuntarily. Damn machine sneaked up on me. The drone is silent, but I feel its fiery stare. Looks like it's the bartender. It must be waiting for me to order instead of sitting with a dry mouth. I take a peek at the woman's glass. She takes a small sip. The drink is orange and looks good, refreshing, perfect for a hot day. On one hand, I like to drink something after the last hour and relax, but I'm on duty. What should I do? I'll have what she has. Yeah, let's get her drunk and talk business.
うーん
I point to the woman's glass. She raises her brow, surprised. Corners of her mouth move upward, which worries me. The stupid drone pointedly stretches his metal hand, waiting for payment. I don't know the price, so I forked out some coins and placed them on the hand, one by one. 1, 2, 3. Add more until the police drone closes its fist. It's so abrupt it nearly clamps my fingers. I pocket the remaining money and observe the drone as it grabs the bottles and prepares the cocktail. Admittedly, drones are fast. It hasn't been a full minute when a glass lands in my hand with a bang. Bang, yeah, that's not good to bang glasses, they're gonna break. The beautiful orange color suddenly seems like a trap. I raise the glass and smell the drink, trying to guess its contents. So it doesn't smell like anything specific. I shrug and take a big gulp, following the what's the worst that can happen principle. Bad move. Oh, such a bad move. A rookie mistake. I swallow with difficulty, feeling a raging fire in my throat. My eyes water. I contain the upcoming coughing fit with dignity I have what dignity I have left. Okay, he seems really weak. It's like one sip. Clearing my throat nervously, I struggle to get rid of the nightmarish sensation, but it only grows stronger. I feel like I drank bleach or a dissolvent. At first, it at first it might have had some citrus notes, but then the chemical took over. I have no idea if the drink is so strong or so spicy. I wanna try that drink. It sounds good. It burns my mouth and the nightmare continues. I surrender to coughing, desperately looking for relief. When I finally take a breath, I hear laughter. The mysterious woman is covering her mouth to hide her reaction. It's very nice of her. But I know who she's laughing at. We're both crying now. Too bad her tears are joy and while mine are of
は
pain.
いはい
I'm sorry. You should have seen your face. What the hell is that? I feel like I just lost at least a year of my life. The chef's special. Ha ha ha, hilarious. I'm serious. Turns out you shouldn't let drones create custom recipes. Wait, so you really didn't order this hell in a cup? It's terrible, isn't it? I snigger and move the glass away. It's a waste of money. What's a woman cowardly? She's looking everywhere but at me. She's something about her reminds me of Alba, although they aren't similar in any way. She has the tattoo, right? Did you see another girl in here? She has short violet hair and tattoo like yours on her shoulder.
いや
No? Okay. You look like a soldier. Are you with the kingdom's forces? You surely are. You wouldn't recognize your own. She half smiles, glancing at her tattoo. Maybe it's a coincidence, but when she turns her head, blonde locks cover her shoulder and the mark. Our army is large, I don't know everyone. Were you assigned to this village? Why would anyone get assigned to this place? After yesterday? Oh, what happened yesterday? Please tell me. A suspicious smile that shows she is well aware of the events. She's wearing a uniform, but it's enough. Is it enough to trust her? Damn it, we came here to warn everyone anyways. If she doesn't know, she'll find out sooner or later. The Empire breeds the veil is not
う
safe here.
ーん
Hmm. She traces the brim of the glass with the tip of her finger, watching me for a moment. It seems my warning didn't impress her. She ignores my words and smirks. Thanks for the warning, but isn't it like confidential? Uh-huh, kinda. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. She winks at me and I feel she's not as serious as she should be. Huh. Must be nice though. What? Spending your afternoon here. This village seems like a very lovely place, don't you think? No, not at all. I hope I can leave this accursed Cursed place sooner than later. Not the answer I expected. The woman averts her eyes, takes another sip of the drink, and scowls. Although I brightened her face a little, she tensed as soon as I mentioned the village. Maybe the idyllic vibe isn't everyone's cup of tea, but calling it a cursed place seems a bit dramatic. Well, there's the earthquakes and stuff. She can't be a local, so she's probably here for a reason. But what reason? I hardly learned anything from her. If I had more time, I could press her for answers until she would lose patience. But I don't have time. I must find Alba, fix this mess, and begin the evacuation. I curse in my mind. I have no choice but to cut the meeting short. Well, it was nice to meet you. I'm Walter, by the way. Nice to meet you too. I wait for her to introduce herself, but she only looks at me. Well, maybe I'll find her here when the evacuation is over. Something tells me it's not the last time I see her. Well, yeah, she's the second character with an, actually like a character with graphics we've seen. I bow politely, but she nods at me. I rush to the exit, trying to make up for the precious minutes I spent here. Only the viewpoint left. The wind whips my cheeks as I climb the flat peak of the highest cliff. The stairs leading up are narrow and treacherous. I silently thank the island for not shaking again. I thought I'd enjoy the fall. So many questions form in my mind. What happened at Alba's parents' house and what's waiting for us if we return? Who was the woman at the bar? Why do I feel like I should know her? Was she like Alba? Another Lassplane? I didn't recognize immediately. Gosh, I didn't make me a terrible pilot. After a few minutes of the climb, I reach the top. I notice a violet spot against the blue sky. My heart races over joy that their strenuous search was successful. Finally, I nearly run to her. Only when I'm close do I see a small bench she's sitting on. With her arms wrapped around her legs, her forehead rested against her knees, she's hiding from the world. When I reach her, she's shaking as if cold, or crying. Hey, are you okay? Trust doesn't react at first, but I know she heard me. I let her sit in silence if that's what she needs. I put my hands in my pockets. Although the day is warm, the wind is cool at this height. The view before me is quite nice. From above, the village looks like a sea of islets and buildings, placed without rhyme or reason. Every exploitable piece of space is covered with structures, whether it's a platform hollowed in the cliff or the beach. It seems so distant here, the chatter of people and the buzz of the party doesn't reach this place. If I needed a bit of solitude, I'd probably come here too. I glanced at Alba. She turned her head, resting her cheek against her knee. Her face is red, wet with tears, eyes swollen. I hesitantly approach her. There's a lot of space on the bench, so I slowly sit down on its other end. I don't want to startle her as she's still not speaking. We sit like that for a long while. I wish I could find the words to cheer her up. I just don't understand it. Why would they treat me this way? Hearing her weak voice, I glance at her. She straightens a little, her hair is a mess, gaze absent, looking in the distance. At the deep sea and at the horizon, the sun is going to meet soon, and yet she probably sees nothing. I wish I knew Alba. I really do. Maybe something happened while you were gone. What could be so terrible that to make them forget their daughter? Something terrible. Do you know how long you were gone?
私
I don't know exactly. Do you remember your last meeting? Yes, it was a long time ago. It's blurry. I think I didn't want to leave. I cried,
でも
but Mom said that everything will be alright and I believed her. That's all? I don't know. I was too small. Everything is so blurred. Why did they never reach out? I'm sure they didn't want to upset you. You have a lot going on, especially now. Doesn't make sense. At all. I remember my childhood in detail. I remember the sweet buns and the stew. I remember going to school. The teacher would always let us go to the playground. Anna told me to collect seashells. I used them to pay for sweet buns at home. She kept them in a small jar, or a tall jar. But, but when I try to remember, I don't know, Walter. I don't understand what's going on.
なんで
Why? Why is it like that? Why do they treat me like this? Like I was a nobody, like I was nothing. Why is Nana dead? Well, she was old, presumably. Old people tend to die eventually. Why is it so? I freeze when her breath becomes spasmodic. Spasmic? Whatever. Spasmatic. Trosses swollen eyes fill with tears again, and she hides her face from me in her hands. She shakes her head as if trying to negate her reality. Our reality. Maybe if I knew more, I would know how to help her. Something must have happened to bring us here. Her parents don't recognize her, or maybe if she tells him the last thing she remembers, what happened during their last meeting. Maybe she remembers more than she says. Damn it, I don't know what to do. If I don't get more information out of her, maybe we may not figure out how to fix it. But when I see her struggling to breathe, rocking back and forth, I think she might be having a panic attack. I don't want to make it worse. Uh, what exactly do you remember from your training? Hey Alba, there must be an explanation for all of this. What do you remember from your time away from your family? Focus.
その
I, my room at the base was pretty. It had a floral wallpaper. I think it was pink or blue or yellow. It's like the stars. Maybe she's confusing the memory with the. I don't know. I think the color doesn't really matter. What's next? I remember my guardian. There were two of them. Could it be the parents were actually her guardians? Like maybe she wasn't born, she was hatched or something. Yes, one was kind, the other wasn't. I was so small when I came to the base. I don't know, it's so confusing. You were small, it's normal you don't remember all the details. Did your parents visit you? They I
やめて
don't do it. Don't go deeper. Why are you doing this? I'm telling you, I remember. I freeze when her attitude suddenly changes. Tears stop as if contained by a slower flow of time. Alba's hands tighten on the bench's edge. She rocks back and forth like blown by the raging wind. Her familiar pink eyes turn completely black, concealing sparks of joy that even the war wasn't able to extinguish. A chill runs down my spine. Them. I remember them.
黒い目
Black eyes, violet
紫の
eyes,
目
blue
青い
eyes.
目金色の弾丸しょっぱい水食らいつき
Silver bullet, salty water, dark room. So she was a werewolf. They shot her with a silver bullet. Alba, are you alright?
この音
I like this
好
tune.
き
It smells like freedom. But can you hear it? There's only silence. I don't hear any tune, only the howl of the wind getting stronger. Unrest grows in my heart. I can't describe it. It's like tentacles squeezing my heart, trying to take my breath away. Above us, birds escape with a flutter of wings. Alba freezes, clasping the edge of the bench with all her might. She mouths something I don't catch. Something is wrong. Something is so very super wrong. Hey, stop it. I reach out to her and it feels like forcing my way through thick oil. My movements are slow, sluggish. I need to fully focus. When I finally grab her arm, Truss jumps like a scolded cat. Her body goes limp, fingers release the edge of the bench. I exhale, feeling like I've run a marathon. What's with the long face? Alba smiles weakly, surprised by my expression. I don't know what to say. It was very strange. Are you alright? You seemed distant. I don't know, I'm worried. When I try to remember something, my mind jumps to what happened today instead. It's alright. Take your time. For a while we sit in silence again, looking ahead, lost in deep thought. It seems we are thinking the same thing. Alba confirms my assumption in a moment later, turning to me. What should I do, Walter? I don't know if you should go back there. I don't know what to do. What do you want to do, Alba? She's quiet for a moment. I want to talk to them, but I don't know if they want to. They do, I'm sure. Your dad asked me to bring you back. What? Really? I think they know something, Alba. Maybe they don't recognize you, but there must be more to it. Relief floods my heart at the sight of a shy smile lighting up her face. Hope. The least and the most I can offer her. Abba looks around like only now she realizes we are where we are and what time it is. Her eyes fill with fear again, but it's different from the one in her parents' house. She jumps to her legs and cleans herself up. She brushes her violet hair with fingers, trying to make them look normal. With the back of her hand, she wipes her tears away, fanning herself as if it could make them dry faster. It's getting late. Oh dear, Walter. We lost so much time. I wasted so much time. And I can feel it, I feel. Relax. They've been warned. The authorities should have received the message by now. I wouldn't be surprised if they already began evacuating. Oh, you did it, Walter. Thank you. I completely stopped thinking about it after. After you know what. How unprofessional, Miss Truss. Hey, I'm kidding. Let's go try and talk to your parents one more time before they evacuate as well. Is there gonna be an attack now? I wanna do some shooting. When we hurriedly leave the viewpoint, I notice the streets below us are crowded. The people are heading somewhere. It looks like evacuation has started, or maybe they're going to the cave to worship Hydra, or what's that? What's the other one? Deep ones. My mind is blank. The male deep one god, whatever the name. Dagon. Father Dagon. Half the way down, I hear a distant wail of a siren. Reason tells me it's unnecessary. There's no sign of enemies on the horizon, at least not now. The alarm is supposed to rush the villagers and show them that it's serious. Still, it makes the hair on my neck stand on end. This feels so surreal. I know, but it's good. It means they're evacuating. Everything's gonna be okay. I hope you're right, Walter. Let's hurry. This alarm gives me the creeps. I wish we heard the alarm. Like, maybe I would regret it because it's probably annoying, but because we don't see anybody evacuating, we don't hear the alarm, nothing like that. We hurry down the treacherous path as fast as we can. And when we reach the streets, I notice the newspaper vendor rushing the people. He's trying to help people instead of saving himself first. He disappears behind the corner when I follow Alba, pushing through the crowd towards her parents' house. Towards her house. After the arduous journey through the village, we reach the same rundown garden. But this game is much more serious than I expected. I thought so this waifus and shooting. I wasn't expecting a serious story with mysteries and stuff. It's been so long since the Empire breached the veil that I began to feel the pressure of time. The house is on the outskirts and looks as calm as before, as if nothing was happening or going to happen. Abba looks at me hesitantly before she goes to the door. A raised hand stops me there. I'm not surprised she's scared now. I step up to her and confidently knock on the door with my knuckles. The door creaks open warily and a familiar face appears in the gap. Joseph glances at me and then Alba. carefully opens the door timidly as if unsure how far he can go. Hi, we're here to. Oh, you're a last plane, aren't you? Okay, because they went so quickly. Text. Mary's tensed face appears behind Joseph's shoulder. Alba freezes, unsure what to say. It's the first time Joseph addresses her without animosity, so she nods with reservation. I wonder if he recognized her. He seemed surprised but noticed that Tross doesn't look like a regular soldier. On the other hand, maybe he read about her in a newspaper? We just want to talk. Whatever's going on, it concerns you as well. Can we come in? The man nods and moves to let us pass. Mary steps back, crossing her arms on her chest, still tensed. She's watching us suspiciously when we are invited to the dining room. The man leads us to the table and gestures for us to sit down. He pulls the chair for Alba before I can, either as an expression of hospitality or regular politeness. Mary enters the kitchen annex to put the kettle on. Before we begin, there is one urgent matter we have to talk about. Right, the evacuation began. Thank you for warning us. It gave us enough time to take care of the important matters. I did it to give you an advantage. I'm glad to hear you use that time wisely. Will the evacuation be a problem for Lunefel? Do you have a place to go? The villagers won't be eager to leave, but we have boats to move their possessions. They'll be fine. We'll do our best to protect Lunefel if the enemy strikes. Still, only the evacuation can guarantee your safety. In case something goes awry. I'm aware of it, so is my wife. Something's wrong. I look at Mary when she approaches us with teacups and kettle. She sets the teacups before us and calmly pours the tea. She and Joseph don't act like I expected. The only barrier that protected their home from cruelty of the outside world probably no longer does. They should begin to pack, not make us tea. Do you, do you have enough time to evacuate? Yes, but we aren't going to. Huh? Who? It's not a joke. The veil no longer provides protection, it did. Without it, the Empire can crush you to dust. How many times did we hear the veil won't protect us and war is coming? There's a hint of irony in her voice. Joseph may be convinced to talk to us, but Marie is a tough nut to crack. Still, I need to control myself and not offend them. Their attitude is unreasonable, naive. Sir, madam, we saw them, Alba and I. I saw the enemy units on our side of the veil with my own eyes. On our territory, we fought them, they don't come in peace. The veil was created to protect us from them, and it seems it no longer does. If not today, they may come tomorrow. We can ensure your safety today to evacuate, but we are not going anywhere. Dad, please. Walter, you need to understand something. We've been living here for nearly 20 years. Lunefel is our home. We won't abandon it just because of a danger on the horizon. You aren't abandoning anything. If we find a breach, we'll be suddenly safe? Tell me, Walter, if the Empire breaches the whale, will it matter where? If they declare war on us, it will reach us sooner or later. If I must choose where I die, I'd rather stay home. I want to protect it until the very end. Damn it, like talking to a wall. The Empire has already breached the veil, but the island isn't lost. Our presence here makes the difference. You don't know what Alba can do. The girl looks at me with gratitude, her eyes still swollen. She blushes, embarrassed by the compliment, but hey, it's true. You're right, we don't know. That's why we won't base our decision on that. Even if it comes to the worst, you can start over somewhere else. You can rebuild. Staying here is an unnecessary risk. Please. On the contrary, I think it's necessary. Lunefel is my home, our home. If the Empire invades the village, we are going to protect it. We don't run away, lass. It's not in our nature. I bite my tongue to stop myself from commenting. I begin to understand where Alba gets her stubbornness. It's cute when it's about innocent things, but Here it's completely different. Tross raises her cup with shaky hands and takes a sip. I follow her lead. Murray joins us at the table, sitting next to her husband. She seems to agree with him, so I don't plan to pressure them. The safety is my and Alba's business up in the air. We won't talk about it now. Does the name Mia ring a bell? Rings a bell. That's a typo. I follow Joseph's gaze when he looks at Alba. Mary lowers her head, staring at her hands. I notice it again, suffering hidden behind a mask woven by time. The pain of mourning, casting you a blood-red light on the situation.
私
I'm not sure. It kinda sounds familiar. It's been so long since I heard it. Mia.
何
Our daughter Mia. Wait, what? We never planned to stay in Luna for long, just a few days, few years. But when Mia appeared, everything changed. She was a joy, a bundle of nerves, a trouble jumping on the rocks that transformed our lives. The village seemed like a good place for a child, away from the noise of the city, in a small, trusted community. Nia loved this place. She liked to pick flowers and help her mother in the garden. She played with goats, although they always pulled her hair. So yeah, maybe Alba is like a homunculus or something. Like she has Mia's memories, but she's different. She would secretly eat the Nana's raw dough until her stomach hurt. She was such a wild child. It was hard to keep her up with her. And then she fell ill. And then she fell ill. I hold my breath when the woman puts her cup down with a clatter. Alba looks at her frozen like a stone statue. Neither of us dares to speak. Joseph's eyes, lit up by happy memories, now darken again. Nobody in the village knew what to do. They said it was an illness of the blood. Her condition rapidly worsened. We didn't know how to help her. The king's envoys came from the capital. They took our little girl away. The capital has a large, modern hospitals. They had the equipment to save her life. They didn't let us go with her. More children fell ill in Lunafell. It was contagious. They couldn't allow. They snatched my little girl from my arms. As parents, we did everything we could to save her. We moved heaven and earth. We visited nearby cities, found doctors. Everyone told us to take the child to the capital. They didn't even come here in person. Oops. They didn't even come here in person. The doctors said. She's gone. The chaos of their confessions shakes me to the core. I'm trying to put the puzzle together. I reach for Alba's pale hand under the table, hanging loosely at her side. So maybe it's just that Mia didn't die. She turned into a plane and her name was changed to Alba, but like she has the same last name, still Tross as them, right? I squeeze it gently, friendlily, when the silence becomes deafening. We couldn't even say goodbye. Only her ashes came back from the capital in an urn. And her favorite plushie, a violet. His voice stuck in his throat. I'm not surprised, the words seem proper now. Right, real. I wasn't there for her. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry for you. I'm interrupted by a sharp scrape of a moved chair. Marie averts her gaze, hiding from us. She stands up, hunching under the burden of painful memories, and heads for another room. Without saying goodbye, I'm too shocked to speak. Joseph's eyes shine with tears. He doesn't follow his wife to stop her or offer comfort. The wound in their hearts is too deep. 10 years isn't enough to heal it. The The man bends over at the table and stares at Alba, who I swear stops breathing. I see something in his gaze, a sprouting grain of hope, nothing more than nothing less that Alba can give him. Is it really you? Damn inside Alba gives up, yielding to a powerful wave of emotions. She chokes with tears and reaches out to her father. Pale hands rest on the tabletop, waiting to be held. I remember the goats. One had a bell on a red ribbon because she would always get lost. Mom loved spending time in the garden. I helped her dig holes and we would plant seeds together. It was a teddy bear. Violet teddy bear with a drooped ear, wasn't it? Oh dear. Man takes her hands and I can barely contain a sigh of relief. The room fills with sobbing, making me feel like a third wheel. I don't understand. Is Mia Alba? Is this what happened to you in all these years? They made you a Lassplane? So absurd. I don't know. I don't know, Dad, but it's me. I missed you so much. Zzz. My radio activates, cutting a close signal and brutally bringing me back to reality. A signal, short-range signal. Where is it coming from? I glance at the large window with a view at the sea and islands. The sky is slowly turning orange. Shit. We don't have much time. I'll give you some privacy. Alba, I'll wait outside, alright? It seems like the girl can't hear me. Her face is wet from tears, but she is smiling widely with disbelief. Good, she deserves it. I know that Mr. Tross who stands up to hug her daughter, his daughter. Before I leave, I look at the door Marie disappeared behind. It's hard to believe she is missing such a glorious moment. But it must be hard. I can't imagine how devastating the loss of a child can be, especially the way they experienced it. Everyone has a right to their reaction to the fact of a potential child's return after so many years, whatever it is. I tell this to myself over and over again, but I still can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong. Yeah, that makes me want to go check on my son that he's okay. I'll be right back. Yeah, he's okay. But he might wake up soon. Once outside, I begin to struggle with the bloody device. Getting a clean signal seems impossible. The altitude here is high, but there's a great deal of interference. I don't know how long I walk around with the radio trying to find a better spot. Finally, it catches something, a message of a soldier. I move the device closer to my ear and make out the words. Forces 50 kilometers northeast, enemy forces, shit. Damn it. Alba was right, HQ was right. The enemy is coming from the north. Signal is from a small patrol unit sent to this region. I recognize the frightened voice of a colleague from my quarters. If the Empire comes as powerful as it did that morning, the patrol unit can't handle them, it's too small. I abruptly turn around and head to the door. I wish I could give Alba more time to talk to her father, but we don't have any. When I enter, her eyes immediately turn to me. To save. Wonder, like, I guess I can't change the difficulty. I'm just wondering, like, if the game gets really hard because I like the story. I like if it so far I like the difficulty, but like if it gets really hard, I can actually finish the game and see the story. Okay, so her eyes turn to me. Seeing my expression, her face falls. She reluctantly leaves the table and gives her father a goodbye hug. Joseph raises his eyebrows surprised. Despite his previous confidence, he now looks hesitantly at the door Marie disappeared behind. It's happening, Alba. They are coming. They're close. We have to. I know. I go outside, intimidated by her calmness. Her eyes gleam with iron determination. She doesn't seem surprised. I am. I thought that despite everything it wouldn't come to this, that they were just assumptions rising from the fear for her family. But the Empire is here. It invaded our territory again. I open my mouth, but no sound comes out. Alba turns in the doorway and waves her parents goodbye. Murray is watching from behind the half-open door. She hesitates just for a moment. We will save Lunafell. I'll save our home. I promise. Outsiders' greed and the pressure from the outside world. King created a protective border around the island, the Veil. But it's been like 100 years since the Veil was created, right? How old is the king, or is it like a different king, or what? When the first shadows of approaching units appear at the horizon, the siren sounds louder. The patrol unit signal was received not only by the authorities but also by regular villagers. On the radios they usually listen to for music. The streets are overtaken by chaos when we leave them behind as we rise in the air. I watch the gauges, the indicators moving in the progress of our synchronization. About the clouds it feels like we're fused into one by the light. I will never get used to this feeling, and I will never get used to seeing foreign units in the air. Deep inside I'm terrified. Alba today, Alba is different. She has her emotions in order, calm and determined. I wish I was as composed as she is. 3163 done. Synchronization complete. That was fast. How are you feeling? Alba? Are you alright? What? Yes. I think I'm still in shock. It's hard to comprehend what happened down there. Yeah, it must be a lot to process. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of it all. Yeah, sure, but... What? But... Is it bad that I don't really want to get to the bottom of anything right now? Why? Stupid, forget about it. No, tell me, please. It was heartbreaking at first, but when Dad finally recognized me, I felt happy like never before. I don't know what's going on, but today I don't care. It's a problem for tomorrow's us, you know? For now, I want to enjoy it. Just like that. Just like that. I understand. Really? Like you said, it's a problem for tomorrow's us. I only care about your happiness now, Alba. But first, we must make sure there's a tomorrow for Lunafell. You're right. Let's blast them. Ready when you are. So I started blasting. When the first enemy wave disappears in the golden depths of the sea, I only have a moment to catch my breath. There are more opponents, many more. The patrol unit is fighting them. I see them on the horizon. If not for us, they wouldn't stand a chance. The Empire doesn't seem interested in bypassing Lunafell to assault the capital. Engage in fighting on purpose. I move my gaze over the sky and notice an overwhelming number of airplanes. Something among them draws my attention. My heart stops. Unknown units emerge from behind the high cliffs. The telltale design shows they belong to the Empire. I've never seen them before. They are crude and enormous, as if they were transporting something. Damn it. Walter, no! Empire bombers are attacking the village. Why? It doesn't make any sense. This is just a small village, civilian buildings, houses. There are people. People are trying to wipe out. Alba. Fire, I see fire. Alba, focus. You have to detonate these bombs before they touch the island. We will not let them win. This one. Inky. boss. Defense system up. Copter guy already. Oh. Let's use this. No, I didn't kill them. Ow. Ow. Stupid me. Ow, 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 ow. Boom, boom, boom. Bombs away. Go away, stupid bombs. No! I think I got it. Like, there's one really close, but I still think I got it before it actually hit the ground. More of these stupid bombs. That was close, too close. The Empire threw at us their toughest forces so far. I feel the beads of sweat on my forehead. Every mistake can cost us the lives of the islanders. I can fail, not now. Don't get it. There's nothing in Ludenfell. Why are they doing this? Why are they attacking this place? What is their target? Destruction. The Empire hates life. I'm not going to let them kill everything I love. I told you I'm so happy you understood and listened to me. Understood is not the word I would choose. I only did it for her because I saw how desperately she wanted to come here. And even if that was the very right thing to do, the HQ will give us hell after we return. But I can't tell her that I took all the blame. And I definitely can't tell her I risked my whole military career just because she asked me to. The mere thought makes me blush with embarrassment. You've got good instincts, I'll give you that. Thanks. Look, we got a big one coming. Okay, so it's the boss. Ow. Seems this. Okay, that wasn't so tough. That wasn't the final boss apparently. Like, the level, I mean. The game, of course. Ow. these ones, maybe I should just use the special beam. I'll use the special beam on these guys instead. Hang on! There are too many of them! I can't do it! Oh! It's the blonde chick, probably. I can only see a flash, sunlight reflecting off the metal surface. My heart skips a beat. It was so damn fast. Did you see that? It was another Lassplane. I can feel her. I don't have time to think about it, but when Alba speaks, my thoughts run to another place. The mysterious woman from the tavern, the one I could swear I had seen before. I knew it. What do you mean you knew it? Is there something you're not telling me? I'll tell you later. Another wave incoming. I hold it up. They got me once, but I'm okay. I have to be. Blah 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 blah. Oh no, bombs! Bombs away. Take damage. Bullet hell. Hell with bullets. Nice. Finally. That was last one. We did it, Tross. Ouch. My heart stops. I can sense something's wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. Alba, are you alright? So much destruction, so much death. We must land. I glance down at burning buildings and I feel like the needles push through my guts. I'm searching for a place to land when... Walter! She speaks so softly, so quiet I could miss it. I look up and then... Damn it! They saved their bloody best for the last. One last time, hang on, Alba. Oh. Wait. Shield Sweeper, okay, it's not Minesweeper. So I have to destroy this shield thingy. Okay, now it's deactivating. Okay, now it's back again. It's, sort of counterintuitive from the enemies that they make this sort of design. Like it has a shield that I cannot penetrate, but then they have the bombs that are, it's Achilles' heel basically. Like I know it's a video game, so you shouldn't take it too serious. I know that. You don't have to tell me. Okay, we did it. We done it. I feel nothing when fire and explosions consume the machine, nose diving into the water. There's no room for sympathy in the air. It's us or them. We done it. We saved Lunafell. Oh, was it really the last one? I don't see any more of them. Are you okay? I feel dizzy, but I'm okay. Come on, let's land and get you to a medic. I see fire, so much fire. We done what we could. I'm sure they evacuated in time. Buildings can be rebuilt. We saved lives today, Tross. We saved them, Alba. Give yourself some credit, poster boy. Yeah, I didn't get the full score either, but I guess it's fine. Landing is hurried, but less stressful than I imagined. The battle was tough, the enemy forces were too great. Even for us. If it wasn't for the other last plane, I don't know, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to because I feel like we'd have lost more than a village. Alba was weak. As soon as we landed her, she collapsed on the nearest beach and asked for fried chicken. Meanwhile, Lunafell stands divided. Half of the villagers, seeing the enemy at their threshold, took our words to heart. Without faith in the safety of the Vale was supposed to provide, they packed their things and didn't give up on evacuation. They ran inland looking for shelter from the Empire's forces. The other half decided to return to fix what the Empire managed to destroy. Like Mr. and Mrs. Tross, even in the light of direct threat, the stubborn villagers aren't going to leave. Lucky ones quickly helped the others repair their homes. When the evening came, some people were still busy, and the rest of the villagers flooded the streets accompanied by music, celebrating. We are heroes tonight. Not just us, but all survivors from the patrol unit decided to stay in Lunafell and join the party. So yeah, there were other units fighting, and we didn't see them once again. Like, it would be nice to see some. Okay, it's possible it happened in the background. There was stuff going on, and I don't have time to look at it. But really, was it? Anyway, they were shocked we came here so fast. I didn't have it in me to confess we actually took much earlier against our orders. I focus on the fact that everyone benefited from that. Per Alba's request, I escort her to her home. To be honest, I prefer to return to Sky Fortress before morning because of her condition, but I can't deny her seeing her family. Not when she just got back to them after nearly losing them. I watched her happiness for a while. As soon as Alba stands at the doors, Joseph sweeps her into his arms. They thank us for saving their house, and I say it's all thanks to Alba. Not without a reason, I fully believe that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to achieve even half of the light's possibilities in a regular plane. I decided to give them an hour and wander the streets in the meantime. Someone shoves a mug of beer into my hand, patting my shoulder so strongly I nearly trip. I smile to everyone I meet, trying to rejoice with them. But despite the victory, I'm haunted by too many questions without answers. I stop sipping the cold drink when I notice the blonde hair in the crowd. My heart races. I recognize the woman from the tavern, the one I suspect who saved us when things got heated. I'm now certain she was assigned to Lunafell with her pilot, like Alba and I to Azuria. Moving away from the wall I leaned against, I eagerly follow her. The crowd is dense. I struggle to make my way and keep up with her. I would call out if I knew her name. I reach the beach, but a large group of partygoers blocks the view. I think maybe I will end here for tonight, though. Or today. It's not night yet. But hey, at least we got like two battles to fight. And we met the other last plane, even though we didn't get to drive yet. But yeah, it's interesting game. Like I like that now there's actually the war is starting and there's mysteries and maybe the game jumped a bit too quickly to some mystery about Alba's background. I would have liked to be just focus on the war a bit further and then reveal there's something weird going on with the clearly there's some dark secret with our own kingdom as well. But anyways, I'm Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching and bye bye.